on the print and the summer when I go to.
Yeah.
You
Oh, I'd like to say the Tasman is very long.
go to Tassie, but just the one. One picture.
And Nicholson and the chiropractor, they live together. Yeah. But they're playing all the golf courses. They're 16 now. They've played 16. I have no idea, but they went to Stanley. They played Stanley on the weekend. Every weekend they said, what else want to do? Nick's training for footy. But he said we're going to play an all by the time that we get out of this. Well, Tassie's still looking at going, so Samaria Sons. Very different.
The Sons of Samaria Sons, I thought they would have got. Are there any rural?
It is now 6 p.m. and it is a special meeting of the Finance and Operations Committee of the 8th of July. First, we will acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land and pay respect to their elders and other kindred who may be here today. We also acknowledge all other peoples who have contributed to the rich diversity of this country. Just to remind everyone that we are being live streamed. Behaviour at meetings must be absolutely perfect, and if we have any conflict of interest, please let us know before the items commence. Apologies, Councillor Upston has a leave of absence until the 15th of July. So I'd like someone to accept that. So Councillor Hearn, seconded Councillor Davis, all those in favour. That's carried. We have our proposed 2021 budget and draft 2020 strategic resource plan public submissions. And I'd ask Kathy Fitzpatrick to.
Madam Chair, we want a statement.
No, that's for a council meeting. This is not a council meeting.
Just on the agenda, that's what.
I know.
Thanks, Madam Chair. We're at the point of time that we are open to submissions from the public on our budget, and happily we've received 3. We have 2 people who have asked to appear, and the first person's submission, David Lamont, is in reference Appendix 1, which has been circulated with the agenda, so you're aware of it. But David Huxtable is just outside the door, about to come in and to speak to his submission, if that's appropriate at this point in time.
Did we hear from Mr. Huxtable from the Basketball Victoria Country? Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Welcome to our meeting. If you'd like to commence.
No worries. Thank you, Mayor and councillors, and also CEO Dominic and staff. I want to congratulate you on your leadership during this difficult time. And I've got the president of the Benalla Basketball with me tonight. And I'd also like to have the opportunity to acknowledge the work of the volunteer Benalla Basketball Committee. They've also demonstrated true leadership during this time. My name is David Huxtable. I'm General Manager of Basketball Victoria Country. So basketball, as you know, is an all-year-round sport. It generates the majority of income from seasonal registrations, game day fees, leagues, sponsorships, events and tournaments. There are 240,000 registered participants of basketball in Victoria that compete weekly, 73,000 of those being females. We are the largest participation playing number of any sport in Victoria. So that is year-round positive participation outcomes for all genders, ages and abilities. Victorian basketball has a gross annual turnover, including every association and the governing body, of 110. The Intergenerational Review of Australian Sport 2017 notes that together, sport creates significant value for Australia, with at least $7 returned for every $1 expended in this sector. Basketball, therefore, is just under $1 billion value to the Victorian community annually. In country Victoria specifically, there are 52,680 registered weekly participants, and this does not include the junior squad teams such as the Benalla Breakers, the Aussie Hoopers, referees, coaches, committees, senior CBL teams, senior teams competing in the senior state leagues, and our juniors in the Victorian junior leagues. Benalla Basketball particularly, they've had to review all aspects of their operation during this time to ensure sustainability and viability. In excess of 400 weekly participants compete at our stadium here in Benalla, and it's vitally important that Basketball Association provides strong, steady and positive leadership to return our participants to the sport. If we again add the Aussie Hoopers, the squads, the referees, the coaches, the committees, the volunteers, there's about 600 active participants weekly in Benalla. The challenge to our sport at the moment is the shortfall in revenue impacting the capacity to fund ongoing operational costs. There is no doubt the number one priority of Benalla Basketball is to see more courts in Benalla, but right now the ongoing viability of the association is important as well. The largest cost to our basketball participants, the members of the Benalla community, is the cost of the court hire at Benalla. BBC, together with Benalla Basketball, is seeking the council allocate funds in the budget to assist in the reactivation of basketball in Benalla. We are seeking that contribution to be $39,727. And based on that report that I spoke about previously, that will return to Benalla community well over $250,000. This request is to directly assist the reactivation of the sport and returning grassroots community to basketball. Benalla Basketball has been active and has received a $1,000 grant from the state government under the stimulus package that's been put out. They don't pay any players and they don't sell any alcohol. They're a great community member. Many sports have made a decision not to reactivate, but basketball has made a decision to come back, but we just need some assistance to do it. Councillors and Mayor, that's my submission tonight. I'd ask you to consider that to help basketball get back to where we should be. Thank you.
Thank you for your submission. If the councillors have any questions they'd like to ask. Councillor Van Wersh.
So the fee a night for a participant is how much? So if I rocked up and I want to play for a night, what's it?
I'll refer to the.
So you pay a registration to be a member. It's about $70 a season. You pay a $40 fee for
Could
the.
you stand up, please, Mr. Armstrong, so you can be seen on our camera because we're live streaming.
Okay, no worries.
Thank you.
Okay, so with basketball, you pay $40, which is an insurance fee that comes for insurance for the year. It's a $70 registration fee, which that's for the season ongoing, and then you pay, well, we're probably the cheapest, but we pay $5 a game.
$5 a game. So sorry, interrupt. So the $70 plus $40.
Yep.
So it's $110 already before kick off.
Then you pay your $5, which when ongoing, out of that money, we pay obviously for court hire. We pay our referees we've got no one paid on the actual committee. It's all voluntary. And that includes back from Aussie Hoops, everything like that. They're just normal people in the community that support that. We're a committee of about 15 people at the moment.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Councillor Food.
Yeah, Molly, with regards to the competition, are you reactivating? Do you know when you're going to reactivate or
So-
to reactivate?
Because we've just finished the season before the first lot of COVID hit. So once that hit, we planned, rather than try to do a short season and look at those things, we went directly to sort of the end of August, October, in that range, giving us plenty of time to plan, because we thought having spoken to a lot of people and everything throughout the community, we thought that there would be a second wave some stage. So there'd be no point in starting and then going again. So we've just been planning slowly that at least get our juniors back, because back then there was no COVID cases with our juniors, and we expected that to stay that way. So we've sort of planned it August, I think it's August 24th we were looking at, but depending on the situation and what we're in at the moment. So that's what we're planning for at the moment.
And just to follow up, Madam Chair, with regards to the monies that you're asking for,
Yeah.
So you're not actually paying anything at the moment, like it's not costing.
No, it doesn't cost us anything at the moment to reactivate with all the parents and everything. They're obviously going to come up with a $70 registration. They're going to come up with the dollars for the fee. So we want to sort of look at cutting the fees right back and just reactivating kids.
Right, okay, so the money's basically to subsidise
The families, not
get it
for
going
our own
again.
personal, I mean,
No, obviously.
yeah, so it's more to help the families out, get them reactivated. As we know, with COVID, we've had a lot of cases with mental illness, family violence, all those things. We see basketball as a point of interest to get out of the house.
Junior
Another
sport.
point, junior sport, help the kids. We all want them active. We want them off their iPads. We want them running around like we used to when we were kids. So that's the biggest thing, that we just want to support the families back. You know, while there's money in the bank, we've also got to have money coming back. So,
Thank you.
Councillor Davis, you have a question?
Just a quick one. Wally, I'm ready between the lines, but you're obviously still paying fees there for the indoor the cost of the indoor reserve at the moment. Your share of cost involved in there at the moment, are you?
so we only pay, so obviously if they do an upgrade with lights and things like that, we pay our share and get a bill. If we're not actually hiring to train and things like that, there is no cost.
Yeah, what I mean was, while the COVID's been on since the start of it, are you out of pocket from then until
We just
you
got
want to
no-
reactivate?
So we got no return on investment, so we got no can or anything running. During this time, we would usually train.
Yeah.
So we'd be paying money out to train our kids to go forward to play in the next squad season or domestic, or we'd be doing programs through the schools, which we obviously haven't been able to do. So we've got no income coming in, but we've got no outgoings either.
No.
But we just want to pass that on.
A follow-up question, if you start, say 24th of August, say start 1st of September,
Yep.
how long is that playing season for?
So we'd be looking at doing, so we've done it, so that's over our squad season, our representative season, which goes from about, I think the first one's usually grand final weekend, or what used to be grand final weekend. We go away to a Chuka tournament, and we play from that point on right through to March, and we usually play that as our domestic season. So our representative players are playing through that 6-month period, then we have a shorter winter season.
Councillor Hearn, you have a question?
Yes, I was just wondering, Wally, the subs, the $70 subs.
Yep.
What are their 12 months? So
Sorry.
you pay subs for 12 months usually?
No, subs is per season. So $70, and then the next season is usually depending on the rounds. So we're paying, so my time, it's varied from 18 games, 12 to 18 games, it's usually $70 per season, not per year. Your insurance,
That's fine.
your insurance covers you for 12 months
So you only pay your $40 annually?
once, and we don't see a cent of that.
No,
That's back
I
to you.
understand that.
Okay.
So when you consider it against other sports, we're actually pretty cheap when you look at what you're paying with Auskick and football fees and other fees.
Just further question?
Yes, one more, please. Just wondered how you came up with that amount.
Yeah, if you don't back. So that largest cost is the court hire. So the court hire for the 12-month period from 2000, based on the 2019 was $39,727. So submission's been put to the stadium committee. The submission has been put to council officers, both have failed. So this is our final chance to put a submission into the budget for consideration there. Otherwise, it's a $40,000 fee annually.
Thank you.
Councillor Davis.
David, is Basketball Victoria put an application into the state government through Sport and Rec for looking at this? Funding?
Yes. So there's with the stimulus packages we put out, there's some really fine detail around that. So the $1,000 one was easy to get, and Benalla certainly got that. Basketball Victoria has applied for the $350,000 package, which we will also utilise. There was one in between, $7,500 to $15,000. To actually get that one was fairly difficult to comply, the eligibility for that. some associations have, Benalla haven't, and probably wouldn't have been eligible to get that middle one. So there's a bit of money floating around and has been applied for, but not that one specifically.
Well, thank you for your submission, and it will be considered. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thanks, Madam Chair. I'm happy to say that Greg Murphy will be the next speaker with his presentation for the Benalla Squash and Racquet Court Association. There are two people, but Greg is the main speaker, so I'll invite him in.
Yes, thank you. Welcome, Greg. And you have 5 minutes, and then there'll be questions if the councillors want to ask questions, okay?
Right, yeah, okay, thank you. Just, everyone, let me know if you can't hear me, okay? My name's Greg Murphy, I'm the president of the Benalla Squash Racquetball Association. And I've got with me Stuart James, he's the president of the Benalla Squash Club. Thank you everybody for your time tonight, thank you for letting us have a talk to you. I presume everybody's read our submission. The Courts for Sports project has been a relevant project for about 10 years now since we formed the association. I don't think in this time we need to go over the merits of the project, but I'm happy to if you want me to at some stage. The Courts for Sports project was included in the Council's Recreation Strategic Plan in 2015. And then also the Courts for Sports project was included in the Council Plan 2017 to 2021. Now the Courts for Sports project is part of the Benalla Indoor Recreation Centre master plan, which is to refurbish that precinct to have 2 additional basketball courts that can be converted into a show court, move the netball courts and have 6 glass back squash courts. So far, I think we're all in agreement that the project is worth doing because it's planned for in the council plans, and it's also is detailed in the Burke Master Plan, which came out earlier this year. The Courts for Sports project and now the Burke Master Plan is lined up behind the Raise the Roof project, the Auskick Pavilion, which has got its funding and is now underway, and also the cinema, splash park, visitor information area that's about to go ahead. We tend to think that now it's time for the council to budget to get this project going. And to try and find out what's involved in that, we asked companies that may be involved in getting a project like that started, which is, as we understand it, when we're not in this paper, was the next step. So we asked some companies that might be involved to give an indication of the costing to prepare technical, detailed design and documentation suitable for tender and/or grant application on, say, for example, a $3.2 million project, which is the low edge of the costing as seen in the Burke Master Plan. Hopefully you all had a chance to read their responses, and not knowing about all the players that need to be involved, I tried to summarise it in our written submission to the budget. I know it's kind of confusing. It's confusing to us because we're not surveyors and project developers and such like, but I gleaned from it that it seems that architectural services are the bulk of the cost of where we go to from here at 4.5% to 5.5% of the total project cost. It also seems that the architectural services are what's needed first, because as I spoke to surveyors, engineers, people that do soil testing. They said, oh, we usually work off the architect's plans and costings, and it seems like architects need to be the ones to get involved first. And it would also seem that it takes about 15% of that 4.5 to 5.5% to get the documentation to a stage that's sufficient to apply for grants or funding, be it federal or state. There's currently stimulus packages to stimulate some spending and projects, and particularly in rural areas. There may be more to come, I don't know. But they are, and they've stated that they're looking for shovel ready, as they call it, projects to get started now, so we can come out the other end of the COVID-19 situation with money moving around, jobs happening and things like that. I've been told by these people that if funding was made available, we could get this project to what I'll call the grant application stage, a stage where costing is done enough to then take it to tender or to apply for grants to government in 3 months, 3 to 4 months. That's just a figure that people have given me, that if the funding was available soon, 3 to 4 months later, the council could start asking for funding for such a project. In
Your
closing,
5 minutes is up, Greg, so
Okay.
you can just finish up.
yeah, in closing, the Benalla Squash and Racquetball Association, the people that are involved in the Burke Stadium, hope that in this budget, 2021 budget, that specific funding can be allocated to engage the required professionals to get this Burke refurbishment started going. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. And do any of the councillors have any questions for Greg? Councillor Firth?
Greg, yes. With regards to the plans, did any of the architects or the companies you talked to actually have a look at the plans that we've already, concept plans that we've done?
Yeah, they all did. I sent them the Burke master plan,
Okay.
the final installment, the final.
What's the last
draft. There's a few drafts.
The last one.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, thank you.
And that's where they based their costings on as well, was that table that has low cost, medium cost and high cost.
Yep.
Are there any other questions from councillors? No? Well, thank you very much for your presentation, and that's another submission that we'll consider.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Greg.
Councillors, there's a recommendation that the submissions be received and that the submissions be considered at a special meeting of council on the 22nd of July. Councillor with that, Councillor Davis, second, Councillor Clary. Councillor Clary. Put that to the vote. All those in favour? That's carried. And the meeting is closed. Thank you.